Caroline from CarolineVencil.com here today to share with you a ton of new Canva hacks that I bet that you didn't know. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment asking any of your questions that you have, and I'd be more than happy to make a Canva video teaching you how to do that in the future. So let's get into it. How do you actually make color palettes inside of Canva? I love this question. So basically, like, how can we find brand colors? I am going to show you kind of a little part of my process. If you are brand new to trying to figure out brand colors, or you're not sure which ones you want to use, you have kind of an idea maybe, but you're not really like completely positive as to the colors that you want. A good place to start is literally with a picture that you like. Heads up, by the way, there's a cat that is literally about to jump on the back of my chair. Oh, good. She decided against it. So if you see me jump, please don't be alarmed. It's just my crazy cats. There's two of them up here. Okay, so give me 2 seconds and I'll pull over onto Canva. Okay, so let me see if I can find my actual screen. There it is. Okay, hang on. Let's see if I can make this a little bit, get you out of the way a little, cleaning this up a little bit so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so first off, there is, let's see if I can make this bigger. I use this as an example. If this is too overwhelming, don't worry. I'm just going to basically, like, when we're talking about actually starting with what is it that you want your vibe, your branding, your colors, etc., whatever it is that you want it to be, I like to start with a clean slate, blank page, and then I will go over into elements or photos and search for, you can see, like, I did bold and I did zen. But let's see what they have here. I picked, obviously, I saw this guy and I was like, sold, I'm going to do one for this. But let's just say that your vibe is more, let's go with peaceful and see what comes up. Perfect. So this is kind of when I'm thinking of like a muted vibe. If this is kind of the theme that you're going for, you will be able to find these things. Let's go with bold. You're going to find much more bold colors, more vibrant things, more contrasting colors, more different options of colors. Let's see what we can find for neutral. Those are more beiges, but even with this one, let's just even go ahead with this one because I know that these are kind of really easy to look at and go, there's not that much of a difference in a color palette here. I will show you otherwise. So I'm going to drag this guy over here. I'm going to position it. Do we want that? Yeah, let's go with that. I'm going to position it over here, and then I'm going to, I already made these squares, but you could just add regular rectangles. You could add circles. P.S. Don't forget your keyboard hotkey is the letter C, and it adds a circle. But it doesn't really matter. For this purpose, I made these lines. I'm going to move these all the way to the side so that we can see the majority of the picture. And then one at a time, I'm going to click on these lines, go up to this color palette, and then go over to this tool to find the eyedropper. From here, I'm going to select different aspects of this picture in different places. So I like to go, when I'm picking out colors, obviously I like to go random sometimes, but for the most part, I also want to make sure that I have a very light color, so almost a white or an actual white, and a very dark color so that we can kind of have a balance, as well as colors in between. So for this one, this is a dark color. That's really dark. So I might change that one later, but we're going to keep it there for now. That's a nice green. We're just going to fill up these. Now, do you need to have, is it 6? Do you need to have 6 different colors? No, you really don't. But for this particular exercise, we're going to go with 6 colors. Okay, so we have our dark. Let's get our light. See how this isn't exactly a white. It's kind of a softer white. Kind of ivory, neutral-y ivory. Sure, let's go with that. And let's see, what's this color? It's kind of a more yellow tannish color. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. And we have one more. Do I want to do this color maybe? Or is that too close? Okay, so no, these are all kind of different colors. And so now we have this color palette from this one image that kind of looks again pretty neutral in tone, but now we have a color palette that we can do. And so I'm going to show you guys some of the other color palettes that I found just from photos that I was like, this is a vibe. If you ever find a photo inside of Canva or online and you're like, this is what I was looking for, and don't limit yourself to just Canva. Let's see if I can do, if you really want to go with like a feminine aesthetic, you can. There's things there. Um, let's see. Oh, apparently we get bikini models if you type in feminine. Let's see. Girly dusk. Because usually they have like flat lays and stuff, which are really fun to grab different colors off of and to be able to use them. Um, but even so, like this is just something that you can do. You don't have to just use the photos from Canva. You can go over onto Google if you want to and find photos that really kind of speak to you. If you've ever built a mood board or like a vision board, I know that those are kind of woo woo, but bear with me. If you've ever built those in the past, it's not just necessarily the image itself that speaks to you as much as maybe it's the colors, it's the emotions that it evokes inside of you. And the reason that that's so powerful is because going forward, you can be able to see these things and say, like, I want people who come to my site to feel a certain way. If you see a photo and you're like, this is exactly how I want people to feel when they walk into my yoga studio. I want people to feel this way when they read a blog post about how to organize. How is it that you want people to feel? What is the energy that you want to put out there? What's the thing that you want to be known for? I've said this example before, but I will continue to say it. So I like to think of like yoga studios. If you go onto a yoga studio website and their colors are like black and blood red and like it's very dark and heavy and like they're playing heavy metal music and whatever in the background on the site, and it's kind of got like a goth vibe to it, or maybe like a MySpace page circa 2005. Not like anybody who I know would have had a black and red circa 2005 MySpace page. But if you go onto a yoga site and it says kind of all of those colors and that vibe is very, very angry and hard and things like that, it's not the same kind of a thought process that you have when you're imagining a yoga studio. You would want to have something much more neutral, much more like this. This is a vibe. Here, I'm going to get rid of this. This is kind of a vibe that when somebody says yoga studio, I picture these kinds of colors: soft, soothing, calming, kind of like, ethereal. This could be something that you could use as a color palette for that. Or maybe it's a beach. Maybe you want to convey tranquility and relaxation. It doesn't have to be for a yoga studio. You get what I'm saying here. And so what's really cool is you can pick out your own color palette. Does Canva have different options for you? If you ever go over into styles, we're going to talk about this in just a second, don't worry. But if you go down into styles, you can see that they have their own different brand kind of options down here. You are not limited by just the different options that Canva has to offer. If you're like, well, I really kind of want something that is kind of a beach vibe, but this is the closest one that they have, but I don't like the orange, like, I guess, am I stuck? No, you can make your own. So have fun with this. This is a process that I know that it can be really freeing. And so we're going to do this one more time before we go. I'll do this super quick. Remember, we're going to have kind of our polar ends of the spectrum here. We're going to go both super dark and super light at both ends of the spectrum, and then everything in between. So I do like to try to pick a different variety of like different color options. So that one can be our really dark one. Let's see if we can pick like I kind of like that one. That's a nice light blue. That teal, and gotta get some of this sand color in here. Do we have a darker sand color? And there's no pressure. Like I said before, there's no pressure to stick with um 6 colors. You could go with more. I would say at like a bare minimum, you want to have at least 5, because you again need to have a dark, a very dark, a very light, and then fill things in between. And you don't, I mean, I guess you could really do whatever you want with colors. That's like really what it comes back down to is it's your brand. It's your everything. You don't have to do one thing or another if you don't feel like it's a good call. Give me 2 seconds because I don't like that. I thought that I liked that color. I disagree with myself now. And so now here we have our brand colors. Ta-da! Tranquility, ease, fun, nautical. And you can change these as you go if you really want to, but this is one of my favorite ways to kind of make a brand super easy and make branding and find colors for that branding super, super easily. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like this video, leave your comments below asking any of the Canva questions that you might have that you want me to answer in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have fun learning something new in Canva. Bye.